What's up, everybody? Joe White here, and rolling down the road here today in Missouri. I'm on I-44 going eastbound. Got to go up to Michigan, up there to Detroit. Lots of nasty weather headed my way, or I'm heading into the nasty weather, so I'm supposed to be there tomorrow morning. May not happen. The load is paying me $3,000 though, so I can't really complain. But, well, look at this. Yeah, look. I got the Young Bucks shirt on today. Man. Anyway. Fuck you, Wrestle Crate. That's all I gotta say. The one time I got a Wrestle Crate, it had nothing but Young Bucks shit in it. Anyway. I'm not gonna throw away a perfectly good shirt, you know. I'm gonna wear it. I want to talk about a couple things here. First off was the little follow-up to the CWF show last night. Great job done by everybody, cast and crew as always over at CWF, which I really don't like the idea of a wrestling roster being called a cast. That's another thing with the AEW thing. The Young Bucks and Cody are like, our cast, our cast. You're not a cast, you're a roster. Again, treat it like it's fucking a little bit of kayfabe. But, you know, everybody, wrestlers, crew, over there at CWF. Cecil Scott doing an amazing job on the call. CL Party as well. Shout out to CL Party. Everybody there did a fantastic job with that show last night. I wish they could do multiple camera angles with the Twitch feed. But that one hard camera is okay. I mean, it's better than nothing at all. It's clear. You can see everything. You can see everything happening in the ring. If they go outside the ring, it's a different story. I really wish I could have been there last night, but duty calls. Another thing I want to talk about is in 3 weeks, Captain Marvel is going to come out. And I am going home on the 7th, so that I could go see Captain Marvel on the 8th. I want to be there when this comes out, and I'm curious. The trailers that they've released so far have not blown my skirt up, as they say. Have not excited me at all. Brie Larson looks like she looks like she'd rather be anywhere but there. She looks like she's just in it for the money. All you can eat ribs every Sunday. Shit. Today's Sunday. But yeah, the trailers have not excited me. Brie Larson has not excited me. And that poses the question of, this movie has been marketed piss poor and has not been marketed and given the effort that some... Avengers Infinity War has had maybe 2 trailers so far. And to me, it's been marketed better than Captain Marvel has. And Captain Marvel has had like, what, 3 or 4 trailers? So... it leads me to pose this question. And I'll give you my thoughts on it. I'll give you my answer to the question here in a moment. But could Captain Marvel be the MCU's first quote-unquote bomb? And could this put them in check? Thinking maybe the bubble has burst. Maybe this whole comic book era of movies has reached its apex. I personally think yes. I think that it's been poorly marketed. I think it's going to be their first bomb. I think it's going to do worse than Thor: The Dark World. And that's saying something. Yes, you're going to have the SJWs, and yes, all the girl power people. They're going to go, you know, the woke generation. They're going to support this. They're going to go out and see it in droves. I'm going to go out and see it. But I think that this may be the one, you know, It's like that roller coaster. They've been going up, 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 up. And just before they get to that top of that hill with Avengers Endgame, it's right there is Captain Marvel. So I think that I just hope that they don't renege on their plans to do the Black Widow movie, which is rumored to be rated R. They just got the Fox deal done, so they have a long way to go. They have a lot more, they have a lot more fuel to throw on the fire, so to speak. But I'm curious to see Captain Marvel. I'm curious to see let's face it, the end credit scene of Captain Marvel is going to be one of two things. One, maybe both, but you're going to get at least this one. You're going to get her in present day, because Captain Marvel takes place in the 90s. I guarantee you the movie is going to open up with her looking at that fucking pager and getting that page from Nick Fury. And then you're going to go, she's going to be staring at the pager, it's going to be going off, you're going to get that long look into her face, and you're going to zoom in and fade into the flashback sequence. I guarantee you that's one of the opening fucking scenes of this movie. Which is fine, but it's predictable. Or they could go right into the flashback scene, and the part where she gets the pager in present day could be the end credits scene. But you're going to get that one or two ways. That's the guaranteed one. The second scene that they could have, that I would do, is her showing up at the Avengers facility and, knocking on the door or whatever the case may be, or just showing up. Giving you that little teaser because, this comes out in March. A month later, you got Infinity War. Or not Infinity War, excuse me, Endgame. I don't know why I keep calling it Infinity War for some reason. So, those two scenes I think you'll see. I think you'll see at least that first one. In some way, shape, or form, we're going to get that scene where she's staring at that pager and she's got that blank look on her fucking face like she's had throughout the whole trailer. Like, it hurts me to smile. I'm Brie Larson and it hurts me to smile. Do I think I will like the movie? Everything I've seen says that I'm probably going to have very mixed feelings about the movie. Very mixed feelings. So I got reservations about it, guys. I really do. I got strong reservations about this movie. Like I said, the timing of it, I've discussed this on the channel before. The timing of this movie, this should have came out in November. Sorry, this movie should have came out in November. Marvel went an entire fucking, we had Aquaman in November. Marvel usually has a big movie in November. We've seen it with Thor Ragnarok, Doctor Strange, etc. So, I think they really missed the ball, without having a Star Wars movie on Christmas. Granted, they had Mary Poppins Returns, which did good. It did okay. It damn sure didn't do Marvel or Star Wars movies or Star Wars numbers. But you were missing that big winter tentpole movie from Disney. And I think Captain Marvel could have been that big tentpole winter Christmas movie that everybody could have went and seen. So, again, the marketing's been piss poor. The timing of this has been piss poor. The fact that they've had to move Avengers Endgame, I did it again, back, they've had to move it forward to April. Why? Because Captain Marvel's going to bomb. They know it's going to bomb. So they're like, okay, quickly, before we get a lot of shit for this movie being poor, let's go ahead and throw the good movie out there as a Band-Aid. And it's the end of, and that's the end of Phase 4. And then in July, you got that in April. 3 months later, you got Spider-Man Far From Home coming out. With I want to say it's Jake Gyllenhaal playing, is it Mysterio? And Tom Holland returning as Spider-Man, that could very well be Tom Holland's last Spider-Man movie. He could be doing shit for Sony after this. Heaven forbid. Because I'm sorry, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse sucked. It's not a reason for Sony to get their fucking hopes up. Venom was not as good as all the, it's not as good as they make it out to be. To me, I watched it once in the theaters and haven't thought about it really since. Did I like the movie? It was okay. But it's not a reason to go ahead and everybody's like, we want to see Venom, we want to see fucking Tom Hardy versus Tom Holland, we want the Tom and Tom show. And I'm just like, guys, don't let it happen with Sony controlling it. Don't let it happen with Amy Pascal. Come on. They fucking ruined, they will ruin it. They will ruin it. Every Spider-Man franchise that they've done, every movie that they've done since Spider-Man 2 has been horrible. Horrible. Venom was meh at best. There was a lot of pacing issues with that movie. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse almost gave me a headache while watching it. The only reason why I went and saw it is because my son begged me to go see it. Miles Morales does not appeal to me as a character. He came off as a whiny bitch. I don't get what the big idea, again, just because it's diverse, just because it's different, doesn't mean it's good. So, yeah, Captain Marvel, I think this may very well be, it has the potential. I don't think there's really going to be an in-between with it. I think it's either going to be your typical Marvel movie that makes a shit ton of money at the box office, or it's going to fucking bomb. Do I think it'll make its money back? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. I just think it's going to do Thor: The Dark World or Ant-Man numbers. It's not going to do Captain America or Iron Man numbers. It's going to do closer to what Ant-Man does, or closer to what Doctor Strange did. It's going to be on the lower end of things. It may very well be Marvel/Disney. It may very well be their lowest producing movie or lowest movie of all time, box office wise. Another thing I want to talk about is I have been watching Game of Thrones. Yes, I finally fucking caved in. It seems like whenever series are coming to an end, that's when I want to fucking pick up and watch them. I've been watching it. I'm on season 4. I just started season 4. The 9th episode of season 3 is what really tipped it over for me and was like, okay, now I'm getting into this. Spoiler alert if you haven't seen the show, I'm going to get into this a little bit. At the end of season 3, episode 9, pretty much all the fucking baby faces die. They get their fucking throats cut, and you're like, what? I literally almost fucking had to pull the truck over. Because I'm sitting there going, what the fuck? Goddamn, you killed Jon Snow, you kill his mother, you kill every fucking body, all the Starks. The only one alive are the 2 women and the 2 youngest boys. One of them's just married Tyrion or Tyron, whatever his name is, Peter Dinklage's character. Is it Tywin? I can't remember. One of them's Tyrion, one of them's Tywin. Tywin, I think, is the dad, so it's Tyrion. And I can see why people pine over Peter Dinklage now, because he's the star of the show. To me, it's his story so far. Because just when you think, oh man, this is this person's story, that person winds up dead. I have not read any spoilers, but I can already see that the Jon Snow Khaleesi thing is going to happen eventually. I really can't stand Joffrey, of course. Nobody can stand Joffrey. Fucking little twerp. But it took me, this is the 3rd time, or actually the 4th time, that I've tried to get into this series. Season 1 is phenomenal. I love Season 1. Season 2, the last 3 times I've tried to watch this show, I get halfway into Season 2 when the redheaded lady shows up and does her deal. And I'm like, okay, this is just too much to keep up with. So the brothers of the dead king are fighting. Finally, I sat down and started watching it again, and it finally clicked. But it really was not really. It wasn't a show. It didn't really click for me. Like, okay, I have to see this through to the end until that 9th episode of season 3. That was when I was the holy shit, this is brilliant moment, because they just killed all the baby faces, pretty much. So I'm liking it. I'm hoping to get through until April. I know April's the last season. So I didn't even start watching Walking Dead till the end of season 6 when the big cliffhanger happened, when Negan showed up. And now that everybody's saying, oh, Walking Dead's a drizzling shits, I think it's still one of the greatest shows on television. So those are 2 things I just wanted to talk about today. A little bit of movie news. Not going to talk about wrestling on this one. Rolling down the road here, heading towards St. Louis. I just want to tell you guys out there that respect your truck drivers, give them lots of room out there. Remember, if you can't see our mirrors, we can't see you. Give us lots of room out there, share the road. We'll see you down the road.